Everyone wants a gorgeous outdoor space. But almost nobody wants to spend every weekend maintaining it. Weeding. Watering. Repainting. Replacing. The cycle never ends, and somewhere between the third bag of mulch and the fourth Saturday lost to yard work, the outdoor space you built to enjoy becomes the outdoor space you dread. Here is what nobody tells you. The most beautiful outdoor spaces in 2026 are not the ones that get the most attention. They are the ones that were designed from the start to need none. Today on Daily Garden Fix, 12 beautiful outdoor DIYs that need zero upkeep. Budget-friendly builds, smart plant choices, and low-maintenance materials that look stunning on day one and keep looking stunning for years without you lifting a finger. Let's get into it. Welcome back to Daily Garden Fix, the channel that proves a beautiful outdoor space does not have to cost a fortune or cost you your weekends. Hit that like button right now. Every idea in today's video was chosen specifically because it delivers maximum visual impact with minimum ongoing effort. No weekly watering. No seasonal repainting. No annual replacing. Just beautiful, effortless outdoor living, built once, enjoyed forever. If even 2 of these make it into your space this year, your future self will thank you every single morning you walk outside. Let's go. Idea 1, lay a decomposed granite pathway. Idea number 1, and we start with the ground because that is always where transformation begins. Decomposed granite is one of the most underused materials in residential outdoor design. It is a naturally occurring, finely crushed stone that compacts firm underfoot, drains beautifully in rain, and requires virtually no maintenance once it is set. No mowing. No edging. No replacing. It simply exists, looking clean, natural, and intentional, for years. Excavate your pathway 4 inches deep. Lay a single sheet of heavy-duty landscape fabric across the entire base. This is your permanent weed barrier. Pour decomposed granite on top in 2 2-inch layers, compacting each layer firmly with a hand tamper. Edge both sides with a metal landscape strip pushed flush to the ground. The result is a soft, warm, naturally textured pathway that looks like it belongs in a Californian garden or a Japanese courtyard, depending entirely on how you plant around it. For 2026, golden tan and warm buff tones are leading the palette. Both read as luxurious against deep green planting. Both age beautifully as the stone settles and blends with its surroundings. Sealed with a stabilizing compound, a simple diluted spray applied once after installation, the surface locks solid and stays weed-free for 5 years or more before needing a single top-up. Budget, $60 to $120. Zero maintenance from that point forward. Idea 2, build a cinder block raised planter. Idea number 2. A raised planter that costs almost nothing to build, never rots, never rusts, never needs repainting, and looks architectural and intentional from the day it goes in. Cinder blocks. Standard, inexpensive, and almost always overlooked as a design material. Laid in a double-stacked rectangle directly on level ground, no mortar required, they create a raised garden bed with a clean geometric form and walls thick enough to insulate plant roots against heat and cold. Stack 2 courses of cinder block in your chosen shape. Fill the hollow cores of the top course with soil. Small trailing plants like creeping thyme, alyssum, or portulaca can root directly into these cavities and cascade down the sides. Fill the interior of the bed with a quality raised bed mix. Now here is the upkeep secret: plant only drought-tolerant perennials inside it. Lavender, salvia, ornamental grasses, agapanthus, or rosemary. Plants that establish their root systems in year 1 and then survive entirely on rainfall from year 2 onward. You plant once. They return every season without intervention. Paint the exterior of the blocks with masonry paint in a warm charcoal, terracotta, or sage tone if you want a finished look. 1 coat. Lasts a decade. Budget, $40 to $90. A permanent, structural garden feature that improves every season. Idea 3, install a gravel garden bed. Idea number 3, the garden bed that eliminates weeding permanently. A gravel garden is not a garden without plants. It is a garden designed around plants that thrive in sharp drainage, low nutrition, and full sun, and it is the single most maintenance-free planting approach available to a home gardener. Clear the bed area completely. Lay a double layer of woven landscape fabric across the entire surface. Cut planting pockets only where your plants will go. Set your plants, ornamental alliums, Russian sage, echinacea, catmint, and dwarf ornamental grasses all thrive in this system. Backfill each pocket with a gritty mix. Then spread a 4-inch layer of decorative gravel across the entire bed surface. The gravel does two things that mulch cannot. It suppresses weeds far more effectively. Nothing can push through a 4-inch gravel layer laid over landscape fabric. And it reflects heat upward around the plant stems, creating exactly the warm, sharp-draining microclimate that drought-tolerant perennials naturally love. The result looks like a high-end Mediterranean garden. It costs almost nothing to install. And once established, the only maintenance it asks for is an occasional rake to keep the gravel level. Budget, $50 to $100. Genuinely zero weeding from year 2 onward. Idea 4, mount a living succulent wall panel. Idea number 4. A living wall, without the irrigation system, the specialist installation, or the weekly maintenance that traditional vertical gardens demand. Succulents are the only plants on Earth perfectly designed for vertical planting without support systems. They store water in their own leaves. They thrive on neglect. They root into minimal growing medium and ask for almost nothing in return for looking extraordinary. Take a shallow shadow box frame, timber, sealed with exterior polyurethane, and line the interior with a layer of cocoa coir mat. Fill behind it with a mix of coarse sand and cactus potting mix. Press individual succulent rosettes directly into the mat, roots nestled into the growing medium behind. Varieties to use: Echeveria, Sedum, Sempervivum, and Haworthia. Mix colors, textures, and rosette sizes for a patchwork effect. Mount the panel flat for 4 to 6 weeks while roots establish. Then tilt it vertical and hang it on your fence or exterior wall using heavy-duty exterior screws. Water once a month in summer. Once every 6 weeks in winter. That is the entire maintenance schedule, and in practice, rainfall handles most of it. Budget, $35 to $70. A living art installation that tends itself. For ideas in and we have built the ground, the structure, the garden, and the wall. But coming up, the idea that changes the sound of your outdoor space more than any other single thing on this list. It runs on recycled water, costs almost nothing to maintain, and it is idea number 7. Stay with me. Idea 5, lay porcelain paving tiles. Idea number 5. The outdoor surface that never needs sealing, never stains, never fades, and looks as sharp in year 10 as it did on day 1. Natural stone looks beautiful, but it requires annual sealing, stains from organic matter, and in climates with freeze-thaw cycles, it can crack and lift within a few years. Porcelain paving is engineered to do everything natural stone does visually, with none of the maintenance demands. Modern large-format porcelain tiles, 600 by 900 mm or larger, replicate the look of limestone, slate, travertine, and concrete with a surface that is frost-proof, stain-resistant, UV-stable, and requires nothing beyond an occasional rinse with a garden hose. Lay them dry set on a bed of compacted sharp sand over a gravel subbase, exactly as you would with standard pavers. Use a rubber mallet and spirit level as you go. Grout the joints with a flexible exterior grout in a tone that complements the tile. For 2026, large format light gray with a lightly textured anti-slip surface is the dominant choice for contemporary outdoor spaces. Warm ivory and brushed concrete tones are the leading alternatives for softer, more organic schemes. Budget, $100 to $250. A surface that will outlast every other element in your outdoor space. Idea 6, plant a native wildflower meadow strip. Idea number 6 takes what is often the most labor-intensive part of any garden, the planted border, and turns it into the most effortless. A native wildflower meadow strip is not a lawn alternative. It is a deliberate, designed planting of species native to your region, grasses, wildflowers, and low shrubs that evolved specifically to thrive in your local climate without supplemental water, without feeding, and without any intervention beyond an annual cutback in late winter. Clear a strip along your fence line or garden perimeter. Loosen the top 2 inches of soil, do not enrich it. Native plants thrive in low nutrition conditions and go leggy in rich soil. Scatter a native wildflower seed mix directly onto the loosened surface. Rake lightly. Water once to settle the seed. After that, nothing. Within one growing season you will have a strip of color, texture, and movement that pollinators find irresistible. Bees. Butterflies. Hoverflies. Your meadow strip becomes a living ecosystem that feeds itself and improves every single year. 1 cut per year in late winter, to the ground, using shears or a strimmer. The plants return in spring from established root systems, thicker and more floriferous each time. Budget, $15 to $40 for seed. The most ecologically valuable upgrade on this entire list. Idea 7, install a self-contained water feature. Idea number 7, the one I promised you. The upgrade that changes the sound of your outdoor space completely. A self-contained water feature is the key distinction here. Not a pond. Not a water garden that requires filtration, algae management, fish feeding, and winter draining. A fully enclosed, recirculating system with no open water surface and no ongoing management beyond a quarterly pump filter clean. Choose a large sealed ceramic pot or a cast stone trough as your reservoir, glazed interior, completely watertight. Fit a submersible pump in the base. Run the feed tube up through a column of stacked slate, river stones, or a length of drilled copper pipe mounted vertically above the pot. Water pumps up through the column and sheets or trickles back down into the sealed reservoir below, recirculating the same water continuously. No evaporation from an open surface means no topping up required beyond every few weeks. No algae from sunlight on standing water. No wildlife falling in. The sound is constant, gentle, and transformative. Traffic softens. Ambient noise disappears. Your outdoor space acquires a quality of calm that no fence or planting can replicate. Run costs, negligible. A low-wattage submersible pump uses less electricity per day than a phone charger. Budget, $80 to $160. The most sensory, maintenance-free upgrade on this entire list. Idea 8, build a steel fire pit seating zone. Idea number 8 is the social upgrade, and the one that extends the usable season of your outdoor space by 4 months on either end of summer. A Corten steel fire pit. Corten is a weathering steel that forms a stable, rich amber rust patina on its exterior surface when first exposed to rain and air, and then stops corroding permanently. No painting. No sealing. No treating. The patina is the finish, and it only gets more beautiful with age. Set the fire pit on a level surface of compacted gravel or on your paving, never directly on artificial grass or timber decking. Surround it with 4 to 6 concrete block seats at a comfortable fireside distance. Pour a bag of decorative gravel between the seating and the fire pit. It defines the zone, stays permanently tidy, and handles any falling ash or ember without damage. Concrete block seats, stacked 2 or 3 high, surface finished with a large format porcelain tile or sealed timber board on top, cost almost nothing, last indefinitely, and look genuinely architectural. Add outdoor cushions in weatherproof fabric for comfort. Store them in a weatherproof box at the end of each season. No assembly. No moving parts. No maintenance except ash removal after each fire. Budget, $100 to $200. The upgrade that makes your outdoor space worth being in until midnight in October. 8 ideas in and 4 to go. Coming up, idea number 10 is the lighting system that makes every surface, every plant, and every structure on this list look extraordinary after dark. Automated, effortless, and completely solar-powered. That is coming up right now. Idea 9, install a bamboo privacy screen. Idea number 9. Privacy, the quality that makes or breaks how comfortable you feel in your own outdoor space, achieved with one of the most naturally beautiful and inherently low-maintenance materials available. Rolled bamboo screening panels, mounted directly to your existing fence using galvanized cable ties or timber battens, deliver instant, complete visual privacy without council approval, without significant cost, and without any structural modification to your boundary. Choose natural golden bamboo or carbonized dark bamboo. The latter has been heat-treated to a deep mocha brown that weathers to a rich neutral over time. Mount the panel on the inside face of your fence, above the fence line if you need height, extended with a simple timber batten framework screwed into the existing posts. Bamboo screening of this quality, tightly bound, properly treated, lasts 7 to 10 years with zero maintenance. UV exposure gradually softens its color to a warm silver gray that is equally beautiful. When it eventually needs replacing, roll the new panel in and attach it in a single afternoon. Plant a climbing jasmine or a single columnar evergreen at each end of the screen. Within 2 seasons the plantings frame the bamboo and the boundary reads as a cohesive, designed garden wall rather than a screening solution. Budget, $30 to $70. Instant privacy, no ongoing effort. Idea 10, layer solar outdoor lighting. Idea number 10. The lighting transformation that makes every idea on this list look its absolute best after dark, and that runs entirely on sunlight, automatically, every night, for free. A single overhead security light makes an outdoor space look flat and functional after dark. Layered solar lighting changes that completely, and because every fixture is solar-powered, there are no cables to run, no electrician to hire, and no electricity bill to consider. Layer 1 is overhead. Solar festoon lights strung across guide wires between fence posts or mounted timber uprights. Warm white bulbs at 2700 Kelvin, nothing cooler. This is the sky of your outdoor room. Layer 2 is eye level. Solar wall sconces mounted to your fence at seated eye height, the light angle that looks most flattering and most cinematic on faces and surfaces. One either side of your seating zone is enough. Layer 3 is ground level. Solar stake lights angled up through your wildflower strip or gravel garden. Solar uplights inside your cinder block planters. A solar LED submerged inside your water feature reservoir, the moving water above it shimmers at night with almost no power draw. Set every fixture to dusk on, dawn off. From that evening forward, your outdoor space lights itself every single night without you touching a switch or a dimmer or an app. Budget, $60 to $140 for the full 3-layer system. The upgrade that makes every other upgrade worth doing. Idea 11, add weatherproof composite decking tiles. Idea number 11. The upgrade that adds warmth, texture, and the visual richness of timber to any outdoor surface, without a single one of timber's maintenance demands. Composite decking tiles, interlocking squares of wood plastic composite that click together directly over existing concrete, paving, or compacted gravel, are one of the most overlooked budget upgrades in outdoor design. They require no sealing, no staining, no sanding, no annual treatment of any kind. They are UV stabilized, moisture resistant, and engineered specifically to withstand outdoor conditions without degrading. Click them together over any flat, stable base. No tools required beyond a rubber mallet to lock the joins. Cut edge tiles to fit with a standard handsaw. The grid pattern of the interlocking system provides its own drainage. Water passes straight through the tile joints rather than pooling on the surface. For 2026, mid-tone natural teak and ash tones are the leading choices. Both read as authentic timber from any distance and age gracefully as UV settles the surface color to a warm, consistent tone. Use them to define a lounge zone on top of your porcelain paving. Layer them under your outdoor seating area. Or use them to cover an area of existing tired concrete that you want to transform without lifting. Budget, $50 to $120 depending on area. Zero maintenance. Maximum warmth. Idea 12, create a zero-upkeep design audit. Idea number 12. The final one. And like the best final idea on any list, this one costs nothing, because it is not a product. It is the thinking that holds everything else together. The Zero-Upkeep design audit. 5 questions. Walk your outdoor space, your real space, as it exists right now, and ask them honestly. First, where am I spending maintenance time? Weeding a border? Replacing plants that die? Repainting timber that fades? Wherever your time goes is where your next upgrade should go. Replace the high-maintenance element with its zero-upkeep equivalent. Natural mulch becomes gravel. Annual flowers become drought-tolerant perennials. Painted timber becomes Corten steel or composite. Second, is there any open soil visible? Bare soil grows weeds. Every visible patch of open ground in your outdoor space should be covered, with gravel, with ground cover plants, with bark chip, or with hard landscaping. If soil can be seen, weeds will grow. Cover it permanently. Third, are my plants right for my conditions? Most outdoor maintenance comes from fighting the wrong plant in the wrong place. A plant that loves your exact conditions, your soil, your aspect, your rainfall, needs almost no help. Research before you plant. Match plant to place, not plant to preference. Fourth, is there anything that needs replacing every few years? Timber furniture. Annual planting. Painted surfaces. These are your maintenance anchors. Replace them one at a time with materials and plants that are permanent: Corten, composite, porcelain, perennials, native grasses. Fifth, does the whole space feel considered? Zero-upkeep spaces look intentional because they are. Same stone throughout. Same gravel tone in every planted area. Same metal finish across every structural element. When the palette and materials are cohesive, the space reads as designed, and it stays looking that way without constant freshening. Run this audit once a year, every spring. Not to find problems. To find the next element worth upgrading. Because the most beautiful outdoor spaces are not the ones built in a single weekend. They are the ones improved, intelligently, one decision at a time, by the people who actually live in them. 3 bonus tips that make every idea on this list work harder. Bonus tip 1, choose perennials over annuals every single time. Annuals are beautiful for one season. Perennials are beautiful for every season of every year for the rest of the time you own your home. The cost difference at the nursery is minor. The maintenance difference over 5 years is enormous. When in doubt, buy the perennial. Bonus tip 2, gravel is your best friend. It suppresses weeds. It drains perfectly. It looks clean and finished in every style of garden from contemporary to cottage. Keep a bag of matching gravel stored in your shed and top up any areas that thin out. That single habit eliminates 90% of weed problems before they start. Bonus tip 3, match your metals. If your water feature uses copper piping, use copper plant labels. If your fire pit is Corten, use Corten edging strips in your planting beds. If your solar sconces are black steel, choose black frame furniture. Metal finishes repeat across a space the way timber tones do, and when they match, the space feels cohesive and designed rather than assembled. Completely free. Changes everything. 12 beautiful outdoor DIYs that need zero upkeep. A decomposed granite pathway that stays weed-free for years. A cinder block planter built once and enjoyed forever. A gravel garden bed that never needs weeding again. A succulent wall panel that waters itself. Porcelain paving that outlasts everything around it. A native wildflower strip that tends itself every season. A self-contained water feature that runs on recycled water and fills your space with calm. A Corten fire pit that improves with every year of weather. A bamboo privacy screen that needs nothing from you but time to settle. Solar lighting that switches itself on at dusk and off at dawn. Composite decking tiles that never see a tin of stain. And a zero-upkeep audit that makes sure every decision you make from here is the right one. This is not about doing less. It is about building smarter. Because the outdoor space you build with zero-upkeep materials, the space designed to look after itself, is the space you will actually use. Every morning. Every evening. Every weekend that used to disappear into maintenance. Drop a comment right now and tell me which of these 12 ideas you are doing first. I read every single comment and I reply to every one. If you are new here, welcome to Daily Garden Fix. Subscribe and hit the notification bell because new ideas come out every single week. And this year, your outdoor space gets to be beautiful without costing you your Saturdays. Share this video with one person whose garden deserves an upgrade. It might be exactly what they needed to hear. I will see you in the next one. Build something beautiful. And remember, the outdoor space you want does not have to be the outdoor space you maintain. Build it once. Enjoy it always. Take care. Bye.